ezBiz by ThinkCube Systems Private Limited.
Good morning. Um, First of all, I need to apologize because this presentation was done on Keynote and converted, so some of the graphics and animations might be missing. So my apologies for that. First of all, ezBiz is a suite of business tools for small and medium businesses. We've heard a lot about in the recent past how SMEs are going to grow with the benefits of peace and the growth of our economy, and how SMEs are going to be a very important part of our economy, the engine of our economy. But in reality, when the benefits of freedom and growth comes, there are a lot of other challenges that come into play. Some of the things that happen are you suddenly are faced with giants on your doorstep, franchisers who come in with partnerships. Retaining customers become a bit more difficult because they become more sophisticated, and you're faced with your neighbor or your competitor doing aggressive promotions. And to face all those things, some of those very well found theories or your underlying principles no longer appear to be applicable as this happens. And one of the first things that happen when you try to respond to a lot of these things is the first thing that you lose is the fact that you are a lean organization. Because every problem that you face, you start putting more and more resources and more people into it. So what we've seen sorry, it's stuck. Okay, sorry. Traditionally, SMEs are used to using a lot of information in the business owner's head, a simple calculator and probably a small ledger book. And the next step of sophistication you would have seen is them going into a POS machine. But a lot of younger or more upwardly mobile people or business owners seem to adopt systems that are based on newer technologies. But however, what you adopted to be something for growth soon can become your survival tool because of all of the complications that you're faced with. So what are the typical apps that you want to adopt? You see the requirements for POS, purchasing, inventory, sales, which become like your core applications that you need to run your business. Then of course you need to manage your cash, you need to manage your distribution maybe, you need to understand what your customers require. So suddenly the app space or the applications that you need are very complicated in terms of the portfolio. And if you look at a lot of the products that are available, they're strong in some areas, not so strong in the others. So what we have decided to do, is to build an application which has a unified set of applets. You can choose your own language. Today, ezBiz runs on Sinhala, English, and Tamil. So in a simple click of one of the icons, you can change the whole application to work either in any one of those buttons. You can select what applets you want any one of your users to use. Maybe just somebody is just doing inventory or somebody is doing just invoicing. You just select those applications that are relevant to that user. And also the system allows you to give a very clear set of functions which allows the user to navigate very easily. And a lot of the approach on your system is what you call visible. What you see is what you get. It's not something where, for example, if you want to invoice somebody, you don't really need to go back and create a customer, then come back to invoice the guy. You can, obviously, if you are given the authority, create the customer then and there, and then invoice the customer. So we believe the business tool of the future for SME I'm sorry for the disastrous presentation on the board, on the screen because of the changes the format has had. So it's basically one app that you need for all of your business processes. It has multiple applets which you can select, cut and paste depending on what you want. And our model of payment, it's a cloud-based application, so you don't need to install anything complicated. I'm sure you've heard the story of the cloud many times today. It's the same model, but on the other hand, a lot of these apps out there in the market ask you to pay as you use, which means that the moment you start buying more and more applets, you keep paying. In our philosophy, you need most of these things to run your business. So we don't charge you just because you add using maybe the inventory or whether you want to use the POS or so on. But we do ask you to pay when you're growing. So if you add a new location, if you added more users, then we would like you to share the benefits of your growth with us. Not only does it do that, on a single click, any one of its users can look at the dashboard of where they are. And then it's also integrated to a set of real-time notifications. And most of all, this application set has been built with the business in mind, not so much the process. The process is important, so it be simplified, but the growth of the business is at heart. So we strongly believe that our tagline for our applications is the one app you need to run your business. So in relevance to Sri Lanka, one of the things that we've done is, as I was saying earlier, it's trilingual. It's available in any one of the 3 languages that are used here. Connectivity is not always the same all over the place. So there are online versus offline capabilities of the application. There's a mobile app for field sales activity. We, on the other hand, support this app through chat to users to understand how it works. We engage users with user forums across the country, and we distribute this application through a distribution partnership that is associated with major telcos like Dialog and Sri Lanka Telecom. So in summary, we believe that this is a solution that not only serves as an application, but it also is a application which allows small and medium businesses to grow in Sri Lanka. Thank you very much.